You know when you're scrolling through Instagram and you come across a watch that stops you from scrolling? Well, this is one of them. And it's pretty cool. Welcome back to Barkandjack. I'm Adrian and I'm on the hunt for a new watch. I sold a Grand Seiko. I had a Grand Seiko SBGV245. It's a quartz Grand Seiko powered by the 9F Quartz Movement, which is an incredible bit of kit. I'm keen to get another quartz watch that is at least a Thermo compensated quartz watch, but ideally is a Grand Seiko with a 9F movement inside. And on my hunt for that kind of watch, I came across the watch we're going to look at today. It's one of those watches that keeps stopping me in my tracks, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, and it just catches my eye. I commented on one of Tim Green's Instagram posts saying, cool watch. He dropped me a DM offering to lend me the watch. As a way of thanks, please give him a follow on Instagram at timgreen81. Offering to lend me the watch on its own is massively generous. It's awesome. But that's kind of compounded with the fact you can't get this watch in the UK. You can only get it in Japan or in the US, which is a shame because it's such a cool watch. This is the Grand Seiko SBGV245. One of my big criticisms of Grand Seiko is that I like their designs, but it's often the execution of the designs which is a bit frustrating. They'll have odd case sizes or odd lug widths, and it kind of just throws things off. Also, I'm not really a big fan of the 4 o'clock crown. This watch is relatively normal when it comes to those numerical specs. We have a 40mm wide case, which is 11.8mm deep. We have a 20mm wide lug width, so you can use normal straps, very readily available straps. The crown is at 3 o'clock, and it's a screw down crown, giving this watch 200 meters of water resistance. Of course, we have Sapphire Crystal, and this has an anti-reflective coating on the underside. The movement inside, as you can see, it's ticking. This is a quartz watch. This isn't any old quartz watch. This is a thermo compensated quartz watch. This is, of course, a Grand Seiko 9F quartz movement. And it's the Calibre 9F82. Just like all standard 9F movements, this is accurate to plus or minus 10 seconds a year, and it has a power reserve of 3 years. I'm not going to go into detail about the 9F movement because I've done a dedicated video to that. I'll put a link up here. It's an incredible bit of kit. I know it just looks like a standard quartz movement, and a lot of people poo-poo quartz and they kind of just shun a watch because it has a quartz movement inside. The 9F movement is honestly incredible. There's a huge amount of technology inside this movement, making sure that the measuring of time is accurate, but also the display of time is accurate. It's a phenomenal bit of kit, and if you're keen about high-end watchmaking, but you don't necessarily have the budget to buy mechanical high-end watchmaking, I see this as high-end watchmaking that is kind of more affordable. Anyway, there'll be a link in the description down below so you can geek out about the 9F quartz movement. It's an impressive bit of kit. The retail price is $3,000, which I know initially will get comments of that's too much money for a quartz watch, but this isn't any old quartz. When Grand Seiko do a quartz watch, it's a big deal. Now, just like the quartz being a relatively simple thing to look at, and you kind of have to go deep to understand how it's complex or why it's special, that's kind of the same with the overall watch that we have here. The whole thing looks really very simple and there's not much going on, but as soon as you dig deeper into the watch, you really start to notice the detail, and that's when the watch starts to shine. The dial for me is a massive standout feature on this watch. It's a flat matte grey, it's a dull grey, but the dullness of the dial really makes everything else pop. It allows all the shiny applied indices to really stand out. It allows the logo to stand out. It allows the hands to stand out. It's a really nice plain background of the dial to allow all the detail to pop. At first it looks like just a flat smooth grey dial, but as you look closer you'll notice that it is lightly brushed. I don't really know how to describe it, but the dial looks as if it's being brushed and then someone's smoothed it out. It's as if they started the process to remove the machining marks, but actually they stopped. You're left with a really very cleverly executed dial. The case is equally clever. You've got this very harsh, brutalist look about it, but actually when you put it on, you notice that the lugs, the top side is heavily angled down, but then the lugs themselves wrap around your wrist. So it actually wears with a fairly low profile, considering the way it looks. Again, similar to the dial being fairly simple, allowing for the details to stand out, the case is the same. We have this simple but harsh angles, allowing for the finishing to stand out. The highly polished Zaratsu finishing. These shiny edges aren't just highly polished, they are distortion-free mirror finishes. This is one of those watches that at a glance, it can look quite boring, quite plain. But when you spend time with it, when you look into it, that's when the details start to pop out and it becomes quite actually an interesting, complex watch. Despite the fact that everything on this watch is great, there is still a huge amount of separation. It's just done with finishing rather than color. The hands are highly polished on a matte dial, the same with the indices. The Sapphire Crystal has a beveled edge, which gives you separation between a dial and a case, but also the fact that the dial is brushed horizontally, the case is brushed vertically. It comes on a textured nylon strap, which I think is surprisingly cool. It's nylon woven strap with a leather underside, and it has a deployant clasp, and of course it's Grand Seiko, a very well machined deployant clasp. But the color and the texture really works well. It contrasts nicely with the watch. However, grey is my favorite color, and so I went to town with the greyness and I threw this on a Barkandjack grey NATO strap. This strap isn't actually available yet. This is the Barkandjack NATO strap 2.0. It is unreleased. This is why the shop's been pretty low on stock, because of COVID as well, but because I've been working on other projects. If you want to stay in the loop with what's happening with our straps, then jump over to barkandjack.com and subscribe to our newsletter, and you'll be the first to know when we drop our new straps. As I mentioned at the start, I'm in the market for a new quartz watch, and this was I'd say pretty much at the top of the list of the next possible pieces. I won't be going for this watch, not because I don't like it. I actually love this watch. I think it's incredible, and if money was no barrier, then I would have this in a heartbeat. I think it's amazing. When I buy watches, I have to feel something inside. I can't describe it, but I have to feel a connection with a watch, and for some reason there just wasn't that thing there. But as a package, I think this is amazing, and this is a massive contrast to my previous quartz watch from Grand Seiko. I think this is more me. It's getting closer to what I want from a quartz watch. I like the idea of simplicity. I like the idea of stuff is hidden underneath. It's kind of, you have to know what the watch is to appreciate what is going on, and that's a big appeal to me. But anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments below on this Grand Seiko SBGV245. It's quite annoying that this watch, I don't know why Grand Seiko would do it so that it's only available in Japan and America. Commercially, that doesn't really make any sense. Maybe there's a workaround for this. I don't know. Anyway, guys, drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this watch. If you like this video, then hit that thumbs up button. If you like the style of this video, then hit the subscribe button down there and the little bell icon so you get notifications when I drop a new video. If you're interested in articles and checking out previous videos, jump over to barkandjack.com. We drop an article every other day over there. If you want to check out the straps that we have at the moment, we've still got NATO straps and really nice leather straps. Just click on the shop button over at barkandjack.com and that will take you over to our shop. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow at Barkandjack, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.